Sometimes we would think that based on how we talk about what's trending, that what's trending is actually trivial. And that's not true at all. Those are two different words. They mean two different things. What's trivial means doesn't matter. What's trending means what's current. And what's current is exactly what matters. It's what's going on right now. What matters is the status quo, the default setting, and autopilot modes that we're all on about various things in our life. We're not constantly working on everything. We're often working on nothing, and yet things continue to move on in their trajectories. That's why a trend or a current or a trajectory is so important to keep a close eye on and to have the right kind of thinking and conversation about. What's trending in my life right now, most of it's fine, and some pieces of it are inconsistent or problematic or grab my attention and salient. Things that are salient, things that grab my attention, are good signs of what I should be working on. Now, it's not only my attention that's able to detect things that are worth working on, it's also the attention of other people. So if someone else notices something in my life that they think needs work, there is in principle no actual reason to discount their sensitivity, to discount their sense of what needs to be changed. That's just a product of ego defense to say that they shouldn't be involved in my life or they have no right to say what I should or should not change. That's where it becomes very useful to consider the 3 points of view, or POV 3. Those three are the first person subjective. So when you ask me how I'm doing and I say I'm not so great or I'm doing okay, that's the first person subjective. If you tell me, if you ask me how my life is going and I say it feels okay to me, that's the first person subjective. The second person subjective is how it looks to other people, and that's also valid. Your narrative of my life, your impression of my behavior, whether it's my physical, emotional, mental, financial, or social behavior, is valid. It's part of what's the available data streams for me to dip into and to get a sense of how things are going for me. How I look matters. So I want to look good, but I want to feel good. I also want to just be good. And that's the third person objective. First person subjective is how I feel about me or whatever. Second person subjective is how other people feel about something, including me. And the third person objective is how the thing is actually going. So today's exercise is to reflect on those three different points of view and how you feel about them. How do you feel about your first person subjective? Do you privilege it over the second person subjective, which means other people's feelings? Do you privilege your own feelings over the feelings of other people? And how about the third person objective? Do you privilege that over feelings? For instance, a famous internet personality loves to say, facts don't care about your feelings. And while that's potentially true, although it's worth debate, it's also true that your feelings are the most important facts in your life. So this circular or spiral re-looping back on itself of one statement loops back on itself with another statement. We say, facts don't care about your feelings, but your feelings are facts. Is similar to when the equation happiness equals outcomes over expectations, which means if you drop your expectations, your happiness will go up. But the denominator and the numerator affect each other because expectations plus effort, or expectations times effort, times chance or luck, equals outcomes. So it's no question that putting expectations on something, on someone, does increase the output or the outcome of that person. So these are all connected to each other in a beautiful way that we're going to walk ourselves through every day, every morning, in a format just like this, where I'll give 3 minutes of reflections and 2 minutes of assignments, 2 or 3 minutes of assignments, and I welcome your participation. I deeply, deeply desire to have these conversations with a group of like-minded people, which is why I'm putting these vibrations out into the mental spheres digitally, and I look forward to doing it analog in person as well. So let's talk soon, and until then, take care of yourself, reflect on the first person subjective, the second person subjective, which is how you feel and how you look, and then reflect on the third person objective, which is how you actually are. That third person point of view, that meta perspective that doesn't have a dog in the fight and can see the view from above. And we'll see you next time.